Welcome on the Castanea Golf Resort. My name is Patrick. I'm the owner and the founder of the TMPC Lüneburg. And on the left side of I have Bastien Amat from the DP World Tour. He's a tailor-made staff player. And today we play the 6th hole of the Castanea Resort, and we will discuss a little bit about the strategy, about the thoughts from beginning to the end. And yeah, let's see what happens. So yeah, we are here on the 6th hole. This is a very unique hole for the course. We have a par 5, it's something about 460 meters. We have a completely green, what is covered by water from the left and behind. So very important to place the first good one. So what are your first thoughts for the hole if you look like this? I showed you a little bit the hole before.
Yeah, so first thoughts on this hole, obviously I feel like a fade is probably preferable off the tee, just because it's a dogleg ride. Although the trees are, I would say, not too much in play, because they're actually pretty low, so my trajectory should cover all of them. I think we should be able to cover the fairway if we go around the corner of the trees. So yeah, the goal is to go over the corner of the trees.
So you go a little bit on the right side for a signature tower, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Just between the corner of the trees and the tower seems like a pretty good line.
If you see the numbers, you will directly go from the tee for a 2-stop version, or I mean, if you hit it something like this is pretty. It's a birdie hole for you.
Yeah. It sounds like a birdie hole because it feels like we have a pretty good chance of attacking the green in 2.
Okay, then I would say you make a shot.
Yeah.
We will look for it, and after that we can discuss how it works out and so on and so on.
Okay.
Do you think they wouldn't catch a little bit more than expected?
A little bit, but I actually started right a little bit. I haven't hit balls in about 30 minutes.
So everything is fine.
But yeah, it's a little bit cut the corner a little too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good shots.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts now when you're running? So you take the shot from the tee shot, and now you run to the ball. You have any special task what you bring to your mind, or you know what I mean?
So usually when I go from the tee to the ball, or from any shot to the other one, to be honest, I just try to take my mind off of golf actually, because it's, you know, when you play around that lasts for 5 hours, your goal is to probably try to you know, think about something else and slow down your mind and your breath a little bit. So usually that's what I'll try to do, and maybe like sing a little song in my head. Try to look at the landscape, the trees, try to listen to birds.
So you see now the blind side of the hole. What are your thoughts now? Do you have any difference, or do you would still say the fade would be nearly ideal or perfect?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, I'm actually quite surprised about how technically low the trees are, and how you're capable of hitting a draw as long as it carries the trees. Then totally fine with any.
Now, I think for my mind, the result is okay. Could be a little bit better there, but at the end of the day, fairway is always a good opportunity. So now, what number you have?
So here we're gonna use the rangefinder to find out that we're 189 meters away.
189.
Yes.
So 89 is for you what?
It's most likely going to be a 5-iron. We're going to go through it a little more precisely to know, because it could be a 4 with the cold. So yeah, we'll round it up to 190. It looks like the pin is at the front of the green, so we definitely have some room past it, especially because the water left could get a little dangerous. So we don't mind being 5 long on this one, so that becomes closer to 195. Although the wind might be helping a touch, but I don't think it's going to do much more than maybe 3 or 4 of help. So yeah, I think I'm going to head for a 4-iron, playing it about a 192 shot.
Yeah, so you stand there, what I say, a little bit above the ball.
Yes.
Just a tiny thing. Yeah. How you calculate that to your shot?
I know it's going to strain my shot a little because naturally I draw. So with this slide, it's probably going to want to hit it a little right. So.
Got it.
I think I'm going to be able to go pretty much right at the pin here and be confident that it's not going to take it left, especially with the wind.
Yeah, and where you would aim for? So you got these white tents, whatever it would call. So you would go a little bit on the right hand, or you go directly flag, or right out the flag? What is your aiming for?
Yeah, I think on this shot, actually, the flag is probably the best option because it takes out a little bit the water, and it gives you a chance of, if you hit the absolute dart right at it, then it gives you a chance of being really close to the pin. So I think for this one, we're gonna hit right at the pin.
I would say you take your club.
Let's do it.
Okay, so now we have the ball a little bit on the right. Maybe could be a little bit long. My eyes are not the best anymore.
Yeah.
What do you think? Was the wind? Would travel a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I cut this one a little bit close to really good. A little bit clean, not much grass in contact. So it definitely took a little bit of a flyer off the face, I think. And the wind probably helped it a little bit more than what I thought, maybe like 5 to 6 instead of that 2 to 3 that I calculated.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the safe side, so mentally I was probably aiming a bit more there than the flag, but I think overall it's a safe shot, and we're going to try to make up and down to.
After this result, do you would change your thoughts from before? You would change the club, or just hit it at the same shot? Or the same club? Do you would anything?
I could be going for a 5-iron, but I just feel like the comfort of knowing that I carry the water is very nice. So I don't think it's really worth taking the risk just to get closer to the hole. But.
Okay, perfect. Then I would say we drive for it and look for the ball.
Awesome.
So how long do you play the CBs from now?
So I've been playing the CBs since about Christmas. I went out to the United States this winter to get some practice done.
Yeah.
And I started to play the CBs over there and absolutely love them. So.
Did you love them all over, or do you think the long irons could be a little bit different, or the short? Or do you find that TaylorMade makes a really good product and overall?
Yeah, the thing I love about those irons is that they blend in really well throughout the series. So like it doesn't bother me about the pitching wedge. Some clubs sometimes are like a bit too thick for a pitching wedge, and you lose some control. But I feel like this one is, very good for short ones. But it's also very good at adapting for longer clubs and being very tolerant where you hit the ball and stuff. So. Really like it.
Perfect. Do you have the feel that the CB is moving the ball a little bit from a long, like a little bit fadey, a little bit drawy? Do you feel that anything?
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have some capabilities of manipulating the ball the way you want, but it's also helping a bit. Being a bit more consistent. Definitely if you had maybe the MBs, you would be able to move the ball a bit easier.
Yeah.
But that would also mean that when you hit a bad shot, it would go a little bit further from your target.
So perfect. We are at the green. I would say we need a putter.
Yep.
For that.
Yep.
Then let's see. Okay, so now we have the result. What you think from before when you take the shot? Do you have the same feeling where the ball lands or where it is now? It's a little bit long on the left. A little bit. I mean, it's just a 2 meter, but okay. So when you look for the putt, what is your strategy to putt? If you be the field player, like go and hit, or you look from all sides, laying down, whatever.
So originally I was definitely a field player. I would try to, like kind of walk around the hole and try to look at the hole, but the putt overall, from all angles, from behind the ball, the sides, the back of the hole. But I have recently taken a lesson with endpoint, so I'm kind of working with this a little bit. So it's definitely, it's like a very precise with maths. So you have to do it the right way so that it works. So it's pretty complicated technique. But I'm still using, a part of feel. I think it's really important for putting to feel things out. So,
do you have the feeling that aimpoint give you more convenience, like more trust in the line, what you see?
Yeah, the thing I like about aimpoint is that it gives you a specific point to aim for, and I think that if you're confident that your technique is doing the right way and that you're counting the math the right way, then I feel like it's easier for you to, appreciate the putt and say like, look, this is where I have to aim. No matter what I feel, I have to aim here and just putt it straight.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's easier to be confident with that because there's no feeling involved.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
So as of right now, it's obviously a left to right. I would be pretty confident that it's maybe slightly uphill, but it looks like we're kind of in the ball. So, it could be a little bit downhill at first and uphill in the second part of the putt. but we're gonna walk around and try to figure out, first of all, the distance. I'm pacing it out. So we're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're 11 paces from the hole. And then from the back of the hole, we can see a little bit of a different vision. We can see how much it breaks. We can see it's a pretty strong slope, which is normal because usually it slopes closer to the water. And from this angle, it actually almost looks like it's downhill instead of uphill, which is quite funny sometimes.
Do you have any weather conditions in the type of area where we're here now? So we have like 9 degrees, being north of Germany.
Yeah.
Isn't warm really.
Yeah.
It's a little breeze, not much.
Mm-hmm. No, in putting usually, unless it's like drastic conditions, like as you said, if you're playing a links course like St. Andrews and it's blowing like 30 to 40 kilometers an hour with fast greens, like you're definitely going to account for that. But you know, as of right now, we don't have more than 5 or 8 kilometers an hour, so there's definitely nothing to account for, and the temperature is not going to affect putts. It's going to affect long shots like the ones we just did, but as far as putting, no, it's not.
Okay, so where would you aim for if you look now? Like,
so I would think, you know, I think we're going to aim for something along the way of around here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a feel thing after, depending on if I want to hit a strong putt that goes 3 feet by, or if I want to dive it in, then I would aim maybe a little bit higher than this.
How much do you calculate your putt with the green conditions? Like, do you really loft it a little bit more or push it more, or do you any adjustments with these greens?
I try to be as neutral as possible.
Okay, just with the speed.
Yeah, I know there's a few techniques to have, or maybe different putter settings, like with a different loft or a different insert or something. I personally try to be as neutral as possible to kind of keep my technique the same all the way around. But it's definitely something that I could work on with TaylorMade, especially you know, to try to find a putter maybe for faster greens and another one for slower. But yeah, usually I just try to keep neutral.
Then from my side, I would say just hit the putt.
Okay.
And then we will look for your line, if it's good or bad.
Okay, we'll try to do our best.
So with the result, I mean, a little bit bouncy, but do you be happy now with the line and the read and something like this?
I mean, I definitely see that I didn't take enough slope with how I putted. I mean, I could have pushed it, but what I'm saying is my start line was definitely a bit too far right, because I went a pretty decent amount past the hole, like maybe 2.5 feet, and I still went under the hole, which means I definitely started too close to the hole in terms of line. But yeah, it's still a pretty short putt, so most likely a birdie.
So is this putt for you a pressure putt?
I feel like this is okay. Like the pressure would start on like maybe a 4 or 5 footer. So I'm gonna try to maybe aim like inside right edge and then put it a little
with a good amount of speed.
Yep.
Okay, I would say then we can do the birdie putt.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Congrats for the birdie.
Thank you.
So yeah, thanks for the hole. Thanks for giving them some insights how a tour player plays the hole, all of your thoughts, all of your things. And I think definitely what I take for me with me, just to bring out the things what hurts you. So try to play as easy as it is the game, and yeah, to play the options. Thanks for your time. Yeah. And then good luck for the season. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for hosting.
Bye.
Bye-bye.